What's happening, Adventureland? Behind me I've got this really old tall red oak. I'm going to climb it. I'm going to show you 3 of my favorite redirects. Check it out. Okay guys, I am a comfortable 25 feet or so up in this tree, and I'm going to do several redirects right off of this position here. So imagine with me, you want to come down from this section of the tree and you want to be able to get your rope back, right? This is when you're using single rope technique, SRT. I'm running a zigzag, old school zigzag, and a rope wrench with a homemade tether. So I forgot my gloves. Brilliant. All right. This is the first and probably the most simple redirect. It doesn't require any gear. You're going to pull out your slack, right? And you're going to go around the branch. And then at this point, you're going to make a series of half hitches. So I'll make a half hitch here, stick my rope through. Oh goodness, there you go. Notice that I'm keeping my half hitches at least a hand width apart and snug up against the branch. Another half hitch here. And I'll do a 4th just because I'm extra cautious. Okay, before you go down though, you want to make sure that you clip your tag end onto this section of the rope. And now here's why. So imagine with me that this is the end of the rope, okay? I would take a carabiner and I'd clip it here. So I'm rappelling or descending on this section of line, and this is below me. So to prove the theory that this actually does work, I'm going to put my body weight on it, because I want you guys to see that the series of half hitches actually stop the rope from sliding. Let me adjust this a little bit more. I'm just taking the loop here and all right, and from here I can descend down. Now I don't want to go too far down because it's going to take me trouble to get back up to do the rest of these. So just to give you a visual, this actually does work. So what is this for? Let me show you. So when you get to the bottom, what you would essentially do is pull this leg of the line, and it will pull this loop through the half hitches. So you pull them from the bottom. You see how it's cinching its way through? It's kind of hard, I'm not down there to pull. There we go. And it drops down to you. All right, that's option number 1. So option number 2 requires 2 things: a D-ring and an aluminum ring. Same idea, you go around the limb, but here's where things change up just a little bit. I'm going to do a series of daisy chains. Making those loops small. So I'll do 3 or 4, doesn't really matter. After the 3rd one, you're good. All right, now check this out. You're gonna take your ring and slip this bad boy through and clip your carabiner in there. becomes a cam. So now what you'll do is you take this little bit of line, believe it or not, you will need it. That just goes through the ring and then around your carabiner. And now you're ready to rock. So you would take your tag end, right? Clip it into the carabiner. All right, I'm gonna put my weight on it to prove my point. From here you descend. Now, how does this part work? Let's check it out. Okay, so when you get to the bottom, you're gonna take this piece of rope, right, the tail end, and you're going to pull it down to yourself. Now, what are you pulling? You're pulling the ring and the carabiner to yourself. The reason that you want this little piece of rope around the ring and in your carabiner is because if you happen to be redirecting in a horizontal angle or inverted, you just wanted to put a tie-in point so you can get to another limb, this ring can't slip down. You have to have it with the carabiner. So that brings it up to you. When you get the ring down to yourself, you're gonna unclip the carabiner, obviously. Remove the ring. And then you simply pull the rope back down and watch it just undoes itself and collapses. That one's pretty neat. Probably one of my favorites. Dude, if you're enjoying this video, do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Okay, this next one takes a little bit of concentration when you're setting up, in the sense that you gotta be sure you do the ring the right way. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go around your limb, and then this part is key. You're gonna take your ring and you're gonna put the rope through it. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna wrap the rope around the ring. I think this is called a girth hitch, but where your accessory cord is down low. And what I mean by that is so that when the girth hitch is complete, the accessory cord is between the two loops. Then you'll take your carabiner, you go around the rope and put the accessory cord through it. All right, that's step number one. Step number two is to take your descent line and go through. Take your carabiner and put it through there. Now you've got this cam. And then take your tag line and there you have it. Now, I'm not going to descend again. I think I've proven my point many times. So when you get to the bottom, what you would do is you would take your tag end and you would draw this line down to yourself. Right? So check this out. Take this carabiner off of the tag end. You then would pull this back through the ring, and then here's what happens when you pop this through. This then comes around, and then the magic is this: the girth it actually undoes itself from the loop, and then that slides down to you. That one's pretty cool. All right, now that I've shown you the 3 different methods, I'm gonna show you my personal favorite. The reason I like it is because it's clean, it's simple, and it's easy to undo. So I'm gonna take my loop here and I'm gonna use the daisy chain method. So I've got my tag end going to the ground. And here's where I'm gonna go down. I do want to make one final comment on this. You don't want these loops to be super tight. I was practicing a little bit ago and it was actually very difficult to pull this. Let the diesel truck go by. To pull this rope through this loop if it's too tight. The reality is, ladies and gentlemen, is that this loop will not open enough to let this ring through. Like, I've got to force this open. It'll never happen by accident. And even if it did, it would have the carabiner to catch on, the knot to catch on, and then the rope itself would get caught in it. So this is a very safe method in my opinion. All right, I'm gonna go down. All right, and down we go. So now what I do is I bring that end down to myself. Now you got to make sure you have enough rope here or that you can take your device off. All right, that's really important. Okay, here's my ring and my carabiner. Take this off. All right. Hope you can see that. All right, here we go. I'm gonna pull it through. Pop, 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 and loose. All right, guys, so that's it. It's that simple. Practice them yourself. Get used to using them in the canopies. And it'll make your life a heck of a lot easier. Hope you learned something cool today. And remember, whatever you do today, stay adventurous, my friends. Later.